Hello, 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 and welcome back to News Tower. I'm Amy Greenbottle, and I'm so excited. There has been a major update to the game, Age of Photography. So this update is going to introduce a lot of new mechanics, including an image production chain and the perception system. So they do advise that we start a new game with the introduction, as it's going to explain the new system, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be starting a brand new game and see if we can beat our score from last time. We didn't get all that far before we ran out of time, so let's see if we can do even better with this season 2 of News Tower. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we are headed back to New York City. It's been years, but I can still smell the air. It was thick with aspirations as your father and I started our journey across the vast ocean. New York was the place to be at the turn of the century, and so that's where our dreams took us. My sincere condolences for the loss of your father. I think it's time that I share the stories and photographs that formed our past. Arrival on Ellis Island, we came with a purpose, a shared dream to one day establish our own newspaper. You know, you aren't merely part of a family, you're rooted in a lineage of publishers. Ink runs through our veins. We were born to tell, and more importantly, sell our stories. And I'm so excited. With our pockets light as a feather, we had to start from the bottom. We built a ramshackle newsstand and sold others newspapers, but paper by paper we started to build our own story. We called our newspaper the Green Bottle Gazette. A decade later, we were hitting scoop after scoop. Our ink-stained pen became a lethal weapon, taking down corrupt politicians left and right. If you were somebody back then, you were somebody because of us. Yet life wrote some unforeseen chapters. Your father had to head back home, and I was left to lead our dream on my own. Nowadays, my stories don't seem to hit the same way. With the economic crash and debts mounting, the persistent deadline finally caught up with me. With no successor in sight, I turn to you. Welcome to New York City. It's a pressing matter. It's time to pass the torch. Our legacy cannot fall prey to those foreclosure wolves. It's a sacred trust to be kept within the family. I bought you a ticket to come to New York. A taxi will wait you at the terminal and take you to our Brooklyn office. While my journey now leads elsewhere, my retired secretary Eleanor will be right there to guide you. She will have you up and printing in no time. But brace yourself, for this city never sleeps. Best wishes, your uncle. And we've arrived in the city that never sleeps, in New York City, heading into Brooklyn to look at the Green Bottle Gazette here, and I am so excited to be back in the world of News Tower. Thank you, officer. We'll stay in touch. Oh no, it's been smashed up. Have a good day, ma'am. Oh, hello there. You must be our new publisher. You seem taken aback, my dear. Perhaps your uncle didn't disclose the full story. I apologize for this mess. Allow me to shed some light on the situation. Our newspaper has been struggling tremendously with dwindling readerships and mounting debts, an unfavorable combination. Last night, one of the debt collectors paid us an unwelcome visit. It appears that your uncle has unsavory connections. To be frank, the recent financial crisis has pushed us to the brink of foreclosure. Your uncle saw no way out and sought external financing options. Unfortunately, his plans didn't unfold as anticipated, but his intentions were noble. Rumor has it that he's currently somewhere tropical. You are his final hope, and it all revolves around the man depicted in the painting right above us. No, not that man. The one who was once our esteemed boss, your late father, the great publisher Antoine Van End. May his soul rest in peace. But no time to linger. We need a newspaper to be printed this Sunday. We've got to make every letter count and prevent this looming foreclosure. At your service, publisher. Let's meet our remaining staff. Let me introduce you to our one and only remaining employees, Blazanov and Dennis. Say hi. Hi. How are you doing? Blazanov is operating our telegraph station. It's our line of communication to the world outside. That's right. As a matter of fact, I'm getting some hot news in right now. Give me a minute. Sure, Blazanov. In the meantime, I've got something to show you. This is where you come in. See the blue arrow? This shows your advancement in the week. Our goal is to get a newspaper out every Sunday, so no time to waste. I'll give you some tips along the way. Pay attention to those blue boxes. Good luck. All right, Blazanov is working hard. Not much longer, boss. Just gotta decipher this. You're making me nervous. Bingo. Send out your first reporter. So let's send out Dennis. Wall Street stock crash. This is what we call the news board. The core of each news item lies in the story files. Every news item has at least one. All right, Dennis is on it. Total panic going around. Angry crowds form in front of banks. As you can see, started working on the item straight away. All right, but we've got a bunch of smashed up things here. Those mobsters really did a number on our equipment. This used to be where our typesetter worked, an essential part in the newspaper production process. Reporters would come back and deliver their reports here. Over there is where the typeset reports were assembled, getting them ready to print. Unfortunately, both of them were destroyed, and the good people working them got so scared they left. Anyway, I'm getting emotional. Let's clean this mess up and start over. Right, we'll delete both of those, and then we're going to need to get new ones. So another typesetter's desk, another assembly table. But we're gonna need employees for those as well. So let's see. They seem good for the job. They have no skills, whatever. Okay, we'll get John in, I guess. Goodness me. And then over here, I guess you'll come in to work here. Neither of them any good at their jobs, but time to convert this report into a typeset slug. I'm a total rookie though, so excuse me if this takes a minute. Right, our reporter needs to go back out because there has been a murder. Most foul, found dead on the steps of an office building. He was a writer, almost done with his book, says Speakeasy acquaintance. He should have taken the elevator. All right, our first item has been typeset. It now needs to be assembled. And with day sped along a little bit, it's finished, our first story. Congrats, you have produced your first article. The final step is placing it in the printer. Look at the tiny little printer. There she is. Bertha is what we used to call her. How she served us for many editions. Getting sentimental again. All that's left now is deciding on our layout for this week. Maybe squeeze in some more news. I've got to run now, but I left you some blue notes again. See you next week. Oh, almost forgot. They left you a little present in the printer. All right, so a new publisher is in there, so we need to get this story in, and then we'll just have to finish this one up. Now, for every bronze tag that's placed in our newspaper, we gain sales. Some tags are more valuable than others, but they also are harder to find and require more effort. This shows how many newspapers are expected to be sold by people on the streets. This is influenced by the tags that you place in your newspapers. Another way to increase sales is to have subscribers. We don't have any yet, but we'll get to that later. Here you can see an estimation of how much money you will make when this newspaper is issued. Different layouts can give different results, so experiment. Right, looks like our second story is also done. The found dead on the steps, so we'll put that in there. $7.50. I don't think changing any of these today is going to make a difference because they only have one tag each. So we'll have our new publisher as the headline. That way people know that this brand is changing. All right, it's time to roll the presses. It is now Sunday in the early mornings and we are ready to start the printing process. Here we go. Roll those presses. One whole page with 3 stories. Not necessarily a newspaper that people are going to spend big bucks on, but 5,000 newspapers sold. They seem to know what's going on in the world. As a businessman myself, I agree. Okay, so they're happy with it though. 5,000 newspapers sold is a definite great start, and our money is going up, which is great. Sales revenue, just 750. The newspaper price, we're only selling them for 15 cents a piece, but I suppose in 1929, that's pretty good. And there we go, our very first, it's not our very first process. This is the monthly expenses tab. So we lost 200, but that's because we've got a couple of junior workers here. That's only going to get bigger and worse because, of course, we're going to have more and more employees as we go along. But it is now Monday, November in 1929. They came back and destroyed our printer. We need to expand anyways. Oh man, just got that printer. All right, but that's okay because we've got a sweeping station, a trash can, and the ability to hire some sweepers. We're definitely going to need to be cleaning up because it is a mess in here. So let's just toss a little sweeping cabinet into here. We're going to need to, of course, hire a worker for that. Is there anybody who knows anything about sweeping? No, we've got Bart and Lillian. Let's get Bart in. We've got our first story ready to go out. We're heading down to, what is that, near Florida, I suppose. Oh no, I guess it's New Orleans, actually. Cargo ship burned and sank. All right, Dennis is going to have to be the one to go out and do that. Luckily, they have so much water around. That is lucky because there's a nice river right there. Now our sweeper is cleaning up the messes that are about. All right, it's time to expand. We need to be adding a fresh floor. It's gonna cost us 1,000, but that's okay. We still have 8,000 remaining. We're gonna need some stairs to get up here, and luckily it is giving it to us. So where are we going to put the stairs though? I think you don't need to be close to anything, so I'm gonna put you up here. Plus you get to be quite noisy. And maybe just put the reporter over a little bit. Let's get the stairs in. Oh, the stairs can go from the main door. Okay, and let's get them over this way. And we've got our printer modules here. So we're getting a very upgraded printer. We need an input, we need an output, we need to link it up, and we can get a page module in the middle there so we can now have our one page. Much better than our old printer. So soon we'll be able to add more pages to this incredible machine. And don't be afraid to rearrange the printer later. It can never go through ceilings and walls. Let's expand our workforce. We need another reporter coming in and a second telegraphing station so that people are working hard finding even more things. We've got Tom Graham coming in over here, and for our reporter, I guess we'll take Ronald because it's the only option we have. We need some lights up there. Is that a thing we can do yet? Yes, we can get a small lamp. These guys are working in the dark and they don't appreciate it. So we'll just put a couple of lights in up here. We're gonna put a wall with a door into our printer room because they can be noisy and hot and stuff, so we don't want that. All right, sending our reporters out. This one we get to go more in depth on this story. So not only was the cargo ship burned and sank, dockside fire spread to the ship, severely damaging the Munaires. Okay. So we need our guy to be... Oh no! What happened? It took too long to grab that next story, so we didn't get it to go deeper on it. We've got some more stories here. Let's go find out about bridges and bottlenecks. Congress traffic experts urge adequate maintenance to many bridges. Cross that bridge when you come to it. And there's a sports story as well. Berlanger beats Jones. Let's send Ronald into that because he's good at sports stuff. Right on the nose. I mean, by good, I mean he's able to do it. He's not actually good at it. That's going to give us 4 total stories, which is actually more than we're going to be able to use this week. We only have the 1 page, so we only have space for 1 story. But assuming they even get them done in time, and they're not going to, are we going to even get close? Are we going to have... Is that one going to be done in time? It's at Sunday at 8 p.m. That's a bit late. Right, just in time. Last chance, must print now, just when it's opened up there. So let's get that printing. And 3 news stories going out again, running through our big printer. 5,000 newspapers sold. That's the same as last week. And it seems like the businessmen are still agreeing themselves. And it's a newspaper for the people still. So that is lucky. Now, of course, our expenses have increased because we've hired some more people. So it's costing us a bit more each week, but that's okay. But now we get to unlock these little side quests. We want to be expanding our business to neighboring areas. Looks like we're going to need a sports story and a crime story. Let's expand to Williamsburg. All right, we need a crime story, so let's send Dennis out over here to the local playground where a loaded pistol was found. 2 scared teens find a weapon from nightly liquidation. This could have gone very wrong. Indeed, it could have. All right, Vera Papa takes lead in bowling tournament. Right, guess we'll send Ronald to find out about the bowling tournament. Out strikes Ada Harris in 2 individual title matches. Bowling is right up our alley. Right, we are running low on paper, so gonna order another delivery. I don't know, we don't have a shelf yet to put that on, but maybe once we've ordered it, it will tell us where we need to put that. Ah, there we go, the resupply desk with the shelves, of course. We've got a good old entertainment story. We're still waiting for Ronald just to drop his stuff off, so let's just see. There we go, he's ready now, so let's send him back out again. And this reporter's just hanging around. He's got a point now in society, so he has leveled up a little bit. Turkey growers unite. We're sending him out to a turkey farm, selling dressed turkeys in cooperative lots. Very profitable for all farmers. Right, we need to get our supply desk in though. So a resupply desk up here maybe, and a storage cabinet. And we're gonna need to hire someone. Leroy, it looks like it's you, because you are the only one who is able to do resupply. And that means grabbing these boxes from down here. But I will help you out. You can grab 1, I'll grab the rest. Oh, and we've unlocked the water cooler, so we can now have our workers having a drink, staying nice and hydrated. In New York, the mayor election votes have been counted. So let's send Ronald to find out about that, hoping for no miscounts. The official figures give Mayor James J. Walker a plurality over Fiorello LaGuardia. And we just need 1 more. We've got 3 stories now, so actually we don't need these other 3. They're going to be completely extra. We're producing more stories at the moment, which is kind of amazing that we can handle considering we only have the 1 page. All right, we've got to deal with these bad comfort levels. So we're going to need to make sure this workstation is a little bit more comfortable. This is too noisy down here. This is too hot and too noisy over here. So we can take a look over here. We can put a fan in to help. Stick a fan over on this wall. It'll help a tiny bit. Put a fan in there as well. We can do some air vents in here. Oh my goodness, we're getting some more items. Okay, well, it's a little annoying when those came up. Okay, there we go. Let's get some air vents in here. Hopefully get this place less horrible. And then as far as noise, we're going to need some acoustic panels. Put 1 on top of there and 1 over here. All right, and the other thing our employees are going to need is a bathroom. So we can stick a toilet in here and possibly a water cooler somewhere, maybe over here by this door. And that makes it not such a bad place to work. With the ability to go to the washroom, everyone should be a lot happier. All right, and it is the end of the week, so it is time to get our paper assembled. Now we need to get a crime story in. We only have the 1 crime story, so let's stick that in. We also need a sports story. If we put 2 sports stories though, we get matching tags on the same page and it gives us extra sales. So let's do that 2 sports stories and the 1 crime story it's a bit of an interesting week then with double sports and some crime and nothing else. All right, and with that, we have sold record numbers, 6,000 papers sold. There are worse crimes than burning newspapers. One of them is not reading them. Yes, read the newspaper, please. The best and fastest way to learn a sport is to watch and imitate a champion. There we go. So we've made a bit of money and we've expanded into Williamsburg. And while we didn't get to take any pictures this week, we are working towards that update and I am excited to see where it takes us. But for today, we are out of time for the video. I hope you're enjoying it and I hope you're looking forward to a new News Tower series because I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the Green Bottle Gazette gets on and all the photography updates that there's going to be. But for now, I'll say goodbye. So take care, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.